Hey guys, it is Saturday here in West Virginia, and we did get the 97M 1964 Cadillac Coupe de Villes in. So we're going to unbox those for you guys in just a minute. I did bring out some of the 97M 64 Chevy Impalas so I can show you my one and only complaint about the Cadillacs. I can kind of understand what they're doing so they could capitalize on the main investment, which would be these adjustable bases. But because of the type of car, it should have been bigger. Like, for example, let's take a look at the black Cadillac, and we'll put it next to the black Impala. Here is the black 1964 Coupe de Ville from 97M, and it is beautiful. These boxes are the same boxes that the white Impala came in. The red one kind of had its own personalized thing with the box and such, and I'm hoping to see that on some of the other ones coming up. With the Lowrider paint jobs with the patterns and stripes, I hope they have matching boxes. That'll be cool, even though I don't keep mine in the box. So anyways, there's not much to show you on the box. There's not really any licensing stuff, just tells you about choking hazards, and the pick on the box is a giant chrome knockoff wire, most likely a Dayton or Roadster or something like that. So anyways, we're going to slide the sleeve off here, and then the box, the acrylic box, it is also done very nicely. We'll take a look at it first, and we'll go ahead and peel this one to show you. And it has the embroidered, I don't know how to call that, but anyways, it's got the writing for Lowrider, like from Lowrider magazine, and a silver across the mirrored base. So that is very cool. And you do have the acrylic top to go on it. So it does have a really nice presentation from it. So now here is the Cadillac. And once again, it looks beautiful. I like their wheels better than, say, Fineworks wheels. I like them almost as much as like Auto World and Hot Wheels, actually probably a little bit more. The only thing I have to say is the diameter is a little bit big, and the tires are low pros, which I know usually Lowrider tires are, but not like this. These look like they're about 15-inch to 16-inch in diameter with a low profile white wall. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but usually they have like the 520 style where it has a little bit of a sidewall to the tire, and it's riding on like 13s or 14s for a traditional lowrider car. Now trucks, they're a little bit different. Some were running like what they call like the Sacramento deep dishes of the wires, or like KMC wheels and such things like that back in the 90s. And they had hydros, but on a car it was typically 13 or 14-inch wire spokes. But today's trends have changed a little bit, so I guess it would be suitable, because the car looks fantastic with this wheel and tire package on it. I mean, I have no complaint at all. It looks good. It suits the car really good. And as you can see down in here, the interior is nicely detailed. It's got the rear view mirror, which is amazing. And it's got a chrome steering wheel. It's got some detailed like chrome bezel on the console. It has the rear package shelf tray, they call it on these cars, with the plaque that says high class and the speakers and such. And it looks really good. Now, excuse me. So now looking at the Impala's roof, it's a little different, but the interiors are pretty much the same size. And also, if you flip it over and you look at the base on this thing, the chrome bumpers are not part of the base. And this base here on the Impala is pretty much the exact same thing. It even has the X-frame. Now, 64 Cadillacs, I believe, are ladder frame. Not an X-frame like an Impala, but I could be wrong about that. That I'm not 100% sure on. Cadillac and 64 could have had an X-frame. But anyways, my point being is that the Cadillac and the Impala are the exact same length. For the most part, if anything, the Caddy may be like just a 16th of an inch longer. But in reality, the Cadillac should have been like 2 feet longer than the Impala. I know the Impala is a big car, but it measured almost 210 inches from bumper to bumper, whereas the 64 Caddy was 230 inches or more from bumper to bumper. So you're talking almost 2 feet there. And I think it was. I think they were right around 235, something like that. So they do not really fit in well together if you know your General Motors cars and you're trying to piece together a diorama and such, like I do with some of my lowriders and stuff. But I can still fit these in. It's not that dramatic, but it is going to be noticeable for the people who know. But for those that don't know that the Caddy's supposed to be much bigger than the Impala, they've fit in perfect together because they're the same size and such. They're riding on the same platform. So anyways, that's the one complaint that I had about the Cadillac being just a little bit too small, because I like keeping things true to scale for my dioramas. But with the Lowriders, it's a little bit harder than with the Mopars, because some of the cars that I want to make in the Lowriders, they just don't make them in the exact 1/64 scale. Like eventually I want to build a couple of 80s Oldsmobile Cutlasses, but the only person that makes a casting of them right at the moment is Johnny Lightning, and they're a little bit small. I know there's a company called Bucks Builds, and he does 3D printed Cutlass bodies, but I don't want to go through all that. I just want to get a die cast and throw a chassis under it and be done. So, anyways, yeah, Hot Wheels has a Cutlass also, but the proportions... But maybe not the proportions. The proportions seem right, but the wheel openings and stuff seem a little bit cartoonish. So, anyways, I'm not sure how I'm going to build or what I'm going to build when it comes to my other GE bodies. But yeah, I would love to add a couple Oldsmobiles to the collection. So yeah, with that being said, it's understandable to have stuff that's off scale. Like, for example, the Buicks from M2 are bigger than what they should be. The 64 Impalas that M2 released, they're bigger than most brands' 64 Impalas. To the point where even like sometimes if you put really small 3D wheels on the car, it looks a little ridiculous, in my opinion. But they do look good, with the right size wheels on them. I have a couple of them up here with, some wheels from, I forget the guy's last name. His name's also Ronnie, and it's called, I think, Pablo's Customs, and he makes these wheels that suit this casting very well. That's where I got the wheels for them. So anyways, back to the Cadillacs. So we have this beautifully done, oh, that's the 64 Impala. So here is the back end of the Caddy. The Cadillac emblems are there, the little tail lights up there on the fin, and the big bumper ends on the quarter panel. You have your detailed door handles, side mirrors, the detailed Cadillac grille, and the headlights, and the Cadillac badge on the hood. I'm just looking to see with the headlights, trying to get you guys a better view. They are acrylic headlight lenses inside those chrome bezels. So they did a fabulous job on the details of the car, and the car itself looks really good. And it has the emblem on the quarter, the Coupe de Ville. Very nice. Little exhaust tips coming out the back. But as I said, that's because it has the Impala frame. Now, I wish that they would try to mark it on and give us on this base and bring us like a old Cutlass, like the F85 from 64, or some Buick Skylarks or something like that. That would be cool. And that would work on that platform very well. Better than the Caddy, actually, because those are supposed to be the same size as the Impala. So moving on to the next one, we have a purple Caddy. And they kind of kept it in correspondence with the first releases of the Impalas. We had the all black Impala, the all purple Impala, then we had the blue Impala with graphics. Well, their purple Caddy has the graphics on it, so does their white, which we'll be looking at next. But the paint jobs that they do on these cars are gorgeous. There is a Gypsy Rose coming up in the next release of the Impalas, and it has a brown Impala with graphics similar to this, and a green one with graphics similar to this. But the Gypsy Rose is very well done, except for the wheels. The 5-spokes they made for it don't look so hot. The tires are a little bit off, and the diameter of the wheel just doesn't look right. So basically, probably what I'm going to do, because their paint job is so gorgeous, I'm probably going to take the wheels off my custom Gypsy Rose green light and put them on the 97M, and then take the 97M wheels and put on the green light one, or just order another set from RPX1 for the Gypsy Rose from 97M. But as you can see, these cars are done very nicely. Nothing opens on them. I know somebody commented before, what about the hood and trunk? Why didn't you open them? Because they don't open. Fineworks is the company that has opening deck lid and hood. These are all sealed up like Hot Wheels RLC releases. So beautiful car in purple. And the interior is like a two-tone purple, dark purple, and lavender. Looks very, very sweet. So these cars are worth every bit of $30 a piece. That's basically what it breaks down to for most places, is about $30 to $35 each, because they are as nice as any RLC release. Now here's the white one. Now I know there's other people that feel this way too. Flames really are not a lowrider thing. I've seen them on some of the old, like Merc Customs and like early 50s Ford Coupe Customs with hydraulics and such. But those are more like the lead sleds, a little different than the lowrider scene, even though they do have hydros and they're slammed. Just a tad bit different classification. But the flames, I don't know, they look okay on some cars. This one, it pulls it off a little, but I would have rather have seen some patterns on the side to match your roof. But it is a very nice looking car. And they do have the full posable suspension. I haven't been really messing with that. Just showing you guys the details of the cars themselves, which these are very beautifully done. So far to date, there are 8 97M releases. There's 3 64 Cadillacs and 5 64 Impalas, with 3 more 64s on the way. So 64 Impalas, I should say. Now the Caddies, I have not seen any news about new paint schemes coming up on them, but we do have 3 Impalas coming up. So that's it for today, guys. Just wanted to show you these Caddies while they're still hot and fresh. We'll be back again on Monday for our Mopar Monday. So have a great weekend, and we will see you soon.